Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Well, folks, we back. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So yesterday, you saw we was kind of missing in action, right? We was kind of missing in action. But there was a topic that I said we were going to discuss when we got back, that I thought were just absolutely insane. And I was like, okay, we got to talk about this, but we're not going to do it from a place of anger. We're going to do it from a place of humor. As you guys know, we are living in insane times. And if you listen to some of the stuff that's being said around basketball and the basketball conversation in general, you will understand that people are absolutely losing their minds. So what has happened has been, Michael Jordan has been proclaimed to be the greatest player of all time now for a very long time. And various people have tried to find ways to kind of knock him off of his pedestal and hand over the title of the greatest player to other people, right? And I've noticed that some of the people that have been coming up with the most insane takes around Jordan have been LeBron fans or just younger fans. Right? Younger fans. But these younger fans are generally LeBron fans because they have been brainwashed by the media, and the media has allowed these guys to think that whenever they come up with these insane comments, that somehow they're making a point. For example, the other day I was watching a Michael Jordan compilation highlight of his athleticism, right? And there were some videos, some moves or some highlights that I'd actually never seen. And as I was watching it, I was in just like total amazement. I was watching, I'm like, yo, what am I looking at right now? Like, this is just like a human being should not be able to move like this. It was just with his double clutch, double pump moves. I'm like, this is absurd. Like, I've never seen anybody move the way Jordan moves. Like, I've never seen it. So as I'm there, like just kind of genuflecting in all of this, what Jordan was doing, I decided to go to the comments. And it was one guy that wrote, 80% of players are doing this today. And the moment I read that, I immediately knew it must be one of these new dudes, because these younger guys, I gotta say, man, the younger audience, you guys, I've never seen a group of people that are so confident about talking about something that they really don't even know what they're talking about. And it's a perfect segue into today's video. And I came across an article yesterday from Basketball Network with the following headline that stated this: not sure if Michael Jordan will be talked about the way he is. YouTuber thinks Amin Thompson would dominate MJ if he played in the NBA in the 80s and the 90s. YouTuber Christopher London says Amin Thompson would have limited Michael Jordan's dominance in the 1980s and the 1990s. Folks, you just heard me correctly. So what we want to do now is we actually want to play some of his comments, or play his comments. And I want you guys to take a listen to this guy's reasoning for what he is saying. Take a listen to him. Take a listen to this gentleman here.
Amin Thompson, this kid's athleticism is something that if he was put in the 80s and 90s, I'm not sure if Michael Jordan would be talked about the way he is. Wow. Not even trying to discredit or disrespect Mike, but put the two highlights side by side. And this is when he was in high school. Granted, now he is playing high school players, but his layup package is something I've never seen combined with his dunk package. Like, you can't even create this in 2K. That's how good and crazy it is. And I didn't even know he had it like that. I just seen it recently because I knew he could ball out. He had a pretty good season. I think he's going to be a star if he keeps, like, once he finds his rhythm shooting. The NBA better be scared if those guys find a jump shot, like a consistent jump shot.
Excellent. So you heard what this kid's had to say here. Now, you can clearly tell that this kid knows nothing about basketball. And more importantly, he knows nothing about Michael Jordan. Only someone that knows nothing about MJ would say something like that. Only him. The guy is lost. And I believe he just embarrassed his entire generation. Let's break down the reasons why what this kid said is absolutely insane. First of all, given his comments, you can clearly tell he doesn't understand what the 80s and 90s were about. You can clearly tell that. He doesn't know the style of basketball that was played back then, the brand of basketball in terms of the fit. He doesn't know anything of the sort. He doesn't know anything about the Jordan rules. He knows nothing about that. What I'm thinking he did was he saw some highlights of Jordan, probably listened to people like Nick Wright and some other people talk about Jordan, and then felt like he had enough information to now go out there and look for another player that's athletic and say, well, if he could do that, then Michael Jordan should do that too. So the first thing is he doesn't even know anything about Jordan's era. The other thing is, since he doesn't know anything about Jordan's era, it means he doesn't really understand the contrast between when Jordan played in the NBA versus now. Let me break it down for you, because you are clearly lost. To put things into context, in 1998, the Chicago Bulls were averaging about 14 three-point attempts per game. Okay, 14 three-point attempts. Teams were scraping barely 100 points. All right? Today, teams are shooting damn near 43s a night. 43s. Now, why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing it up for a few reasons. Number one, the game is more centralized on offense. Number two, they have decentralized defense. It's all about spacing. And you can't really touch guys anymore. Maybe this guy's unaware of it. But Jordan averaged 37 points per game in a season in which he only made 12 threes. 12. So if you were to take that Jordan and put him in today's NBA, obviously he can average over 40 points. But let's look at it in the inverse. He's saying he would have dominated in Jordan's era. Okay, fine. Let's work with that line of thinking. If we've all agreed that this era, the defensive intensity is laxed, there are more opportunities to score because there are more possessions, and there are more threes, then this guy should be able to put up more impressive numbers at a similar age to Michael Jordan when Jordan was playing, right? Well, let's look at it. Okay, fine. Let's just follow what this guy's saying. Amin Thompson is what? 22 years old. Okay, 22 years old. I'm looking at his playoff numbers. I don't want to look at his playoff numbers. Let's look at his regular season numbers for a second. Okay, first year in the NBA at 21, he averaged 9 points per game. In the second year in the NBA, he averaged 14 points per game. So at the age of 22, he averaged 14 points per game on 55% shooting from the field, 27% shooting from the three, 68% shooting from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 2 turnovers, and 1.4 steals and 1.3 blocks. Let's go back and look at what MJ was doing at 22 years old. Shall we? I think we shall. That year, MJ averaged at 22, 28 points per game on 51.5% shooting from the field, 17% from the three. Now, that's a deceptive number because he was only attempting 0.6 threes a game, so he wasn't really shooting any threes at all. He was also shooting 84% from the free throw line, and 66.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 2.4 steals. So, what's this kid's name? Mr. Christopher, what exactly are you basing your comments off of that this guy would dominate in Jordan's era? Because in Jordan's era, he did that, right? In this guy's era, he's doing this. So what's supposed to be happening in Jordan's era? He's supposed to, be averaging 30 a game? These kids don't think. They have limited information and all the arrogance in the world, and then they go out there and talk. There's nothing worse than an arrogant fool. A person that has very little information but is arrogant and feels like they can now argue with the best of them. This is an encapsulation of this entire generation. It's embarrassing. And these are the guys that you see on the internet arguing, making points, fighting with people in comment sections, talking about, the 80s weren't. These are the people. These are the people we're dealing with. If this is who y'all are, if this is a profile of what you guys are, the NBA is in trouble because they got a really dumb generation of fans coming up. Y'all don't know nothing. And it's bad. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments and we catch you on the next show. Peace.